Hi everyone, I just wanted to say hi today. I took a drive with a friend and we were discussing some of the issues that come up for, yes, I am making this video for twin flames and particularly twin flames in separation. So I often do this because I think it's very important. I also think it's important to speak to those of us who are in relationships with our beloved, and also things can come up all the time and the growth really never stops. But this particular video is addressed to those, more so for those who are in separation, because I'm talking about I've heard of this before with people that I've spoke to try to help them and coach them. And it also, went through this myself, that it is just difficult when the seasons change. It seems like you see in the 3D, we're witnessing the times passing, but yet with some of these blocks and obstacles, it really feels like nothing is moving. Well, I am here to tell you that there is a very good possibility in most cases that things are changing. We just don't see them because they're changing underneath. They do change, but sometimes slowly. And of course, what it feels like is it might as well be going backwards. It's so slow. I understand that. I relate to that. If anybody has their own experience to share, I would love to hear it. I also know some, partners, twin flames, who have got together and then they kind of stopped doing some of the giving it attention in a deeper kind of way and getting caught up in the relationship part of it, the 3D relationship part of it, which is completely understandable. But then they actually split up temporarily for that reason, or for many reasons, but usually it is for those reasons. I say it all the time that sometimes you can view the twin flame relationship as one of the most beautiful, most rewarding, one of the top rewarding relationships because you're very close. To say the least, you're close, you are one, basically. But in that same way, could be the most challenging because it is very reflective of yourself. And since when do we have something that is this reflective of ourselves? We're not used to it. That's why a lot of people, we're taking time. We're kind of in the front lines here. Let's say even in the last 10 or 20 years, we're new at this type of relationship. So it's time to stop expecting so much from ourselves, but at the same time, I encourage learning and growing on the subject as well, if you can, without putting pressure on yourself. That's all about the self-love part anyway, so you're going to get there. Just kind of, even if you have to force that self-love, that's what it's all about. So, but part of that, what I'm saying, force the self-love in this one aspect, that you don't give yourself pressure to get into a 3D relationship, a 3D partnership, because that can only lead to maybe some, encounters, some dates, but then, if you are putting pressure, that means it's kind of going against the self-love, and that's why it's the most challenging, because in most other cases, in most of our other relationships with soulmates, soul partners, sacred partnerships, all these, you can do these things and still kind of, move along. flow along with your partner, and you can take care of your own business, they can take care of theirs, and then come together and things are smooth and kind of flowing, you know. But then, you know, this, like I said, this is one of the most challenging, because it is very sacred and very special. Yes, it is. But it is also reflective of our own self and reflective of our own perspectives, and it's really can be tough. So my point here mostly is that I've seen a lot of growth as soon as someone takes on another perspective of separation. I see a lot of growth when they either start to realize naturally that it is just a blessing. I mean, I didn't realize this in the first, I would say, year at all. Believe it. If you don't, I completely understand. And possibly even the following, going into the next year, it's really rough. But once you start, it depends, everybody's different, obviously. Once you start really finding the self-love, the purpose of this whole thing, the self-love comes in and it starts to grow. Then you realize that some of the growing sessions, I would call them sessions, because for me and others that I've coached, sometimes you'll have downloading sessions. All of a sudden, this is, and I don't mean at the very beginning of this, because that's a whole other video. That's not what I mean. Not when you're first hit with this whole thing, but as you're growing, you just start to realize that, wow, it was Friday night, and instead of having a date with my twin flame, my beloved partner, I was home or outside, or, you know, receiving these downloads and crying. But today, I notice, according to my journal, that I'm pretty much almost a different person than I was before Friday. So now, if I were to entertain the idea that I was, instead of doing that, no, it was not fun. Who wants to choose to do that instead of going out and having some fun, right? So instead of that, you just realize you're a different person, and you won. You win from that time in separation right there. And you're in fact most probably closer to your beloved in the spiritual, yes, and possibly going on to, you know, hopefully in the future to reflect this into the physical. But you're that much closer to doing that because of that period of time that you thought in the first year or two, or the first year and a half, or whatever you are on, you know, whatever your journey consists of as far as time, you just thought that these Friday nights or Saturday nights when other people are dating and you may have somebody, or you may have friends, or you may be by yourself, nothing can be worse than not being with your twin flame. Well, when you realize, when you get to the point, or when you listen to people like on YouTube telling you that this does wind up happening, if you are going on the right route, if you are, when I say right route, I mean just doing the work, and I do mean work. You know, you don't have to get very extreme. It depends on, everybody is different. Even the divine feminine energy, whether you're male or female, if you are very spiritually aware, even that is a matter of degree as well. Some people write more. Some people are having more dream meetings. Some people are meditating more. Everybody's different with in that aspect too. But as far as the 3D dates and meetings with your beloved, I just want you to know that in my experience and in other people that I've spoken to, that there are many times where you're saying, now, if I was having dinner or dancing with my twin flame, yes, I was going to be having a good time. Yes, probably. But this wouldn't have happened. And they're just like constantly wake-up calls, wake up, downloads, waking up, even more further on the road, and that is what this is all about. So, before you get carried away, and start thinking, oh, well, it is the weekend now, and what's going on? So now you can go into the rabbit hole of the loneliness and the grass is greener and what are they doing? What is my partner doing now? Yes, you're probably going to find yourself stuck in that mind frame. But if I could help you to get you out of it just sometimes or even once, that is why I'm here. So my goal is to just let you know that a lot of this growth comes when you are by yourself. Basically, really by yourself. And, Spirit or God or angels or whoever your higher self, and your twin flame wants you to become very familiar with being by yourself. That's for sure. And that's where the healing takes place. And if you are with people, of course, sometimes, we all want to be with people. And even if you are meeting your twin flame sometimes, just make sure, I would always say, always, and this is in the twin flame relationship or connection, whatever status you're in, physically together or not, always take the time to be by yourself. That's where nurturing comes in, that's where healing comes in, and that's what I mean by doing the work. Like, some people have more work than others, some people have it in different areas, but there is work to be done. And it turns out that you're getting into the most natural state that you can be in, closest to your soul. So in the end, not in the end, but all along, the goal is to have less work. It's to get that state to be natural. So I hesitate when I say to do the work, but when you're coming from basically clearing karma, clearing wounds, when you're coming from that state of mind and going closer to your soul, that takes work. That takes work, practice, and a whole lot of strength to face that, to face all that, to reveal and to look at the vulnerability that comes up. And to me, that is work. And that's what I'm saying. These times when you're by yourself, that's usually, let it happen. Allow it to happen. Like I was saying, I'm making other videos of the first initial stages and time of this encounter with your twin flame. Do not expect this to happen overnight. When it first happens, you're kind of bombarded with a lot of things. But as your self-love starts to grow, that's what I'm talking about. If you feel that you don't need any growing in that area, well then, you're probably reflecting more than you think. And that's also another video. That I'm talking to people who are in separation and are still healing, and they're pretty aware of it. Mostly divine feminine energy. But now we have a lot of masculines that are coming up with the similar things that they're going through. Anyway, that is about it for today now. And please leave comments, questions, any concerns in the comment area. and I would love to read them. I do love to read them every night or every other night. I try to respond basically every other day. I try to. So also you can email me too at jcrose1202 jcrose1202 @gmail, and I will get that email and answer as soon as I can. But I do like to take special attention and time to an email if I get it. So try to be patient, but I do love to help you guys. So have a great night, and I'll probably be making more videos this weekend, I think, for Monday or either Sunday. But anyway, I will talk to everybody soon. Thank you.